Hey guys, so today I have a neutral daytime glam look for y'all, and I'm going to start by priming my face as always with this Revlon Photoready color correcting primer, and then I'm going to go in with a Maybelline Fit Me liquid foundation in the shade 112 Natural Ivory. You'll have to excuse the fact that I look like death. I was just getting over being really sick, and actually I had strep, and it was a bad ordeal. I was actually sick on New Year's, so that was really depressing. But yep, I'm just going to dot that foundation all over, blend it with my beauty blender. I actually poured a little too much there on the back of my hand, but I made it work. Again, just all over the face, neck, forehead, the usual. And I do use my beauty blender dry. I feel like it gives more of a full coverage look. Next, I'm going to go in with this Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. It's in one of the lightest shades, and I'm just going to draw a triangle under my eyes and take it up kind of sort of towards the side there, and blend that out with, again, my dry beauty blender. And I'm also going to take it and apply it on the end of my nose, Cupid's bow, middle of my chin, and part of my forehead above my eyebrows. And I'm going to go in and blend that out as well with the beauty blender. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder foundation, which I always struggle to open, and a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to apply that all over my liquid foundation and the concealer that I just applied to set it and keep it from creasing and moving around throughout the day. The powder foundation is in the same corresponding shade as my liquid foundation. I'll type it in the description box down below. And today for this full face tutorial, I am going to contour a bit with this really thick kabuki kind of flat top angled brush. If you don't notice, I poke the high part of my cheek to remind myself where to contour, because I don't want it to go straight down to the end of my mouth. I want it a little above my lips to make my cheekbones look higher. And I'm also going to do it along my jawline, along my forehead, and connect the forehead contour to the lower cheek contour, like on the sides of my face. And I'm going to blend it out with the fluffy brush. I am using the new Lorac Infallible Pro Contour little palette you can buy at the drugstore. And I'm using it in this shade Light Fair, I do believe. I love, love, love the dark shade in this palette. For fair-skinned people like myself, it does not make me look orange, and it does give the illusion of a shadow. Again, I'm contouring with this. I'm not bronzing with this. I'm not trying to warm up my face. I'm creating the illusion of shadows, giving myself better looking features. Next, again on a fluffy brush, I'm going in with one of the NYX Baked Blushes. It's in the lightest shade. I'll put it in the description box down below. It's supposed to give you like a flushed look, and it has a little bit of shimmer, so it's also illuminizing. I like a little bit more highlight than that, so I do go in and apply the NYX one here in a minute, the Liquid Illuminator. But it actually is nice for just a simple glow. And I'm applying that, and I tried to buff it out with a fluffy brush, a blending brush, and eventually I just decided on my finger. It buffed it out way better into the skin, and I can control where to place the highlight, which is why I do prefer this liquid one to a powder highlight. It may not be as intense, but I have more control than with a powder. I feel like a powder kind of spreads a little bit more than this does. Like, you really get to blend this out and choose where you want the shine. Next, I'm going in with this BH Cosmetics Brow Trio, as always, taking that middle powder shade and just filling in my brows to make them a little more prominent. I still want my brows to look natural looking. I hardly ever shape my brows. I do pluck them, but I don't want to have to draw them in with wax or anything. I usually just use a spoolie brush and this powder, because I don't like overly done brows. I'm kind of picky about my eyebrows, and I keep trying to learn how to sculpt them and draw them, but so far I haven't found a way that I like it yet, so that'll require more practice. And then after I take my spoolie brush here to to flatten my eyebrow hair, I'm going to take this Milani brow pencil, and I'm going to take the light end and I'm going to use it to highlight the top and under my brow to kind of hide some of the eyebrow strays that I have going on, because I needed to pluck my eyebrows at this point. And I guess you could say this is my way of sculpting my brows without going in with a wax or a pomade. I just sort of highlight around them because it is a lighter shade than my highlighter and my foundation and concealer. Next, I'm going with just a little bit of that Fit Me foundation on a fluffy eye blending brush and blending it all over my lid. Then with that same fluffy brush and the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette that they just released, I'm going to go in with the shade Melon and apply it as my crease / transition shade. All in the upper and lower crease, but not all the way up to the brow bone. Just, you know, don't have to be too neat with this, but just a fluffy blending brush in the crease, back and forth. Next, I'm going to take the shade Goji from the palette, which is like a matte burgundy color, on a different blending brush, and one that's a little more tapered but still just as dense. And I'm going to run that along my crease as well. I'm focusing it mostly in the middle and outer edge and gradually bringing it inward. As you can tell, I'm really trying to focus it on the outer corner. I'm also not taking the color Goji up as high as I did the color Melon. I want there to be a little bit of a definition between the two, like, so I can clearly see both colors. And then I'm just going to go back in with Melon and apply it again above Goji. Next, I'm taking an angled eyeliner brush and I'm picking up the shade Cabernet, which is a really dark purple color, like a wine color, with next to Goji, and I'm going to start mapping out where I want my cut crease to be, like where I want the color Cabernet to start. And I'm just going in with that liner brush, drawing it, and then buffing it with my fluffiest blending brush. Like, I want that harsh line to disappear, but I still want it as an outline. And you can see there that I'm taking the color Cabernet and applying it just above that line. It's not going on the lid. It's not completely covering Goji, and it's not going up as high as Melon. Just literally right where I placed that line, I applied more of it with a fluffy brush and then started to blend it out. And I also went in with that fluffy brush and added a little more Goji and a little more Melon just to even things out, because I went in with a little too much Cabernet at first and I had to backtrack. And don't worry, we're going to tone down this crease color here in a little bit with the shade, I think it's Porcelain, up there in the corner. And I'm going to take that right into the brow bone to tone that down on a fluffy brush and also use it as a brow bone highlight. Honestly, it's just a matte off-white color. Any kind of off-white color like this or a white color will do to tone down the crease, which of course I made a mistake on. Then I'm going in with this shade Sorbet on a flat medium-sized shader brush, and I'm applying this as my lid color and using it to clean up the crease. It's a light lilac purpley peach color. It's actually really pretty. And you'll have to excuse the coughing. I'm still getting over this cold. I think it's going to take a while. Then I'm just taking this fluffy blending brush and buffing it a little bit. Though Sorbet didn't have as much of a dramatic effect as I was going for, so then I went in with the shade Peony on the same shader brush. And I picked it up and I applied it to the inner half of my lid, roughly, right over Sorbet, and again keeping the cut crease there. It's a similar color, but it's sparkly. So to intensify the sparkle, I sprayed a little setting spray. See right there, you can really tell a difference from before I used the setting spray and after. Makes it a lot more shiny and prominent. So yeah, spraying that with the setting spray is a good idea. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Soft Plum, which is also a shiny color in the palette. It's more like a shimmer, and it's more on the purple side than Peony. And I'm going to do the same thing and use my setting spray to intensify that. And I'm applying that to the outer half of my lid. And I'm making them meet in the middle and then buffing the crease with a fluffy brush again to even things out. But yeah, I really like the transition between those two colors. I'm super happy with that, with the Peony. And I'm also going to blend them a little bit in the middle. Peony and Soft Plum, very pretty. Then I'm taking the shade Cabernet there and running it along my lower lash line with a tapered, fluffy blending brush. Kind of cleaning up a bit there with my finger. But yep, creating that nice V. Then on that same fluffy brush, I'm going to take the color Goji and run it right on top and underneath of the shade Cabernet to brighten it up a little. Next, on a very, very tiny shader brush, I'm going in with the shade Moonlight. And I'm taking that and I am packing it on the inner corner, like really packing it on because it's a shiny pearly white. This does have some shimmer to it. And I'm packing it just barely onto the lid near the inner corner and then buffing it after I apply it, but like I said, really packing it on. Now I'm going to go in with my Revlon Skinny Liquid Liner in black, and I'm applying it really close to my lash line and all the way into the inner corner as well. Did my best to get this on camera for you guys, but I'm not going to lie, my eyeliner and my false lashes were a struggle. As usual, but I mean even more than usual. I feel like everything was against me in this video, including my camera battery dying on me and the fact that I felt awful from being sick. But yep, I'm just going to take that skinny liner and make a tiny wing there and keep it relatively close to the lash line. I really was trying my darndest not to let my winged liner take over my eye look because I worked so hard on blending and creating the gradients. And I do use really tiny strokes when I do this, starting in the middle of the eye, going to the inner corner and then drawing the wing and taking it back towards the lid, filling it in, the usual. This is a new liquid liner for me though. This was actually the first time I had used it. Not that much of a fan. And then I just took a gel pencil liner and took it along the waterline. Pretty sure it's NYX gel liner. And I'm taking an eyelash curler here, a new one by Revlon that I bought. It's a Revlon Beauty Tools. And then a Maybelline Lash Blast. I think it's the Colossal Lash Mascara. And apply that to my lashes after I curl them and to my lower lashes as well. I really am liking this drugstore mascara. Like, I'm not much on high-end mascaras anyway, but this is currently one of my favorites along with the Wet n Wild Max Volume, and this is also in the shade Black. But yeah, really coating those lower lashes and curling and coating the upper lashes. I did apply some falsies, they're just Ardell Demi-Wispies. And now I'm going in with my favorite brand of liquid lipstick, which is OFRA, and I'm going in with the shade Santa Ana. It's a berry red shade. I thought it was going to be darker, like a little more vampy when I ordered it, but I actually really like this berry shade on me, which is surprising. I'm bound determined to own all the shades. I'm a little crazy. Like, I own I think 8 or 9 right now, and I want to do a swatch video, but I know I'm going to buy more of them, so what's the point? But yep, this is pretty much the completed look for you guys, almost, after I do some cleanup, and I'm just taking a little concealer on an angle brush to shape my lip there, to make it, just look a little nicer and cleaned up, a little more professional. And this would be a great video to show you guys how to fix mistakes, because trust me, I had a lot of them. Like I said, it was difficult for some reason to film this one, like everything was against me. But yeah, just taking that angle brush, cleaning up around my lips, making sure everything looks nice and neat, professional. Beautiful berry color, beautiful daytime glam lips. I hope you guys enjoy, and my hair is in a French twist, and I did use this as date night makeup. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.